Fredo is on the indictment. If the minute he came back in the country, he would be arrested. And
let's talk about this Fredo case, where Fredo was at the trial for Lil Dots, and the case where, what was it? It was about they got into one of their group chats and they saw that they were planning on buying guns to kill Digga D. Is that what they said in court?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say too much about that because there's a retrial coming up in May.
Okay.
But I mean, the facts are out there as to this is what the allegation was, and I think they had a hung jury first trial, so there's going to have another trial. Fredo is on the indictment. In other words, he should be on trial as well, but he's still in Dubai.
Okay.
So I presume if the minute he came back in the country, he would be arrested and he would go on trial as well. So
allegedly he's in Thailand now. So
right.
Allegedly,
okay.
yeah.
But even further from the Scotland Yard grasp, maybe. But.
So with this, because Fredo's staying out of the country, I assume extraditing him is a costly process. So would they only extradite him after they've got a conviction for the people they've already got in custody?
I'm not 100% sure how extradition works. I think if you want someone bad enough, you won't wait for their co-defendants to get convicted. You'll try to get him extradited, but maybe they can't be exactly sure where he is, or sometimes some countries are quite hard they won't extradite people, and we might not have a extradition treaty with Thailand. I'm not sure. I think we do. I think I've seen sort of people being sent back from there, but so I don't know. I'm sure he might ring into your show and tell you that he's innocent and that he's just biding his time and he will come back.
Yeah, that's what we hope. So that's what we hope. But what would you be looking at if it went the worst case? If it was the worst case scenario, what would you be looking at?
I think it would be quite a few years that he's facing. So I can't remember the exact details of the case. Obviously there's very little evidence being given about his role. So we can't be sure exactly. But he's facing long enough to make it worth staying away. But,
okay, that's okay. Damn.
But I mean, you got people like Russell Brand, he's apparently in America, isn't he? But he's just been charged with rape and other offences, and he says that he's looking forward to coming and proving his innocence. So, some people, if they've got a big black cloud over them, hanging over them, they just want to, bring it on. I'll go on trial and I'll prove myself innocent, and you can just go away and leave me alone.
But with these rape cases, it's difficult because the conviction rate's so low. Isn't it like 1 in 3 in 100 cases result in a conviction?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually because it's not many people actually get charged. So, Russell Brand is in that sort of small element now that have actually been charged.
All right.
But even to get a conviction is not always the case. I mean, it wasn't a rape charge, but what was his name? Spacey, the actor.
Oh, Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey, he got acquitted of sort of sexual assault charges, which I think might have been a surprise when you saw he'd be charged, but he obviously managed to prove that he didn't do it, or there wasn't enough evidence that he did it.
One question I have as well that I think people want to know is, in the UK justice system, do you think if you've got a bit of clout, you've got a name for yourself, are they more likely to go forward with charging you for a case like that?
I think they're probably more likely to think about it, like, are we actually going to do this? Are we really going to charge this person? I mean, especially a few years ago, they had there was a big allegation. It's called Dolphin Square. So it was big allegations being made about VIPs. A lot of them had passed away. Like former Prime Minister Edward Heath, and all these sort of very well-known MPs and generals. There was a field marshal or general who was supposed to be involved, They were allegedly, running a paedophile ring in the sort of 70s and 80s, but it was also on the basis of one guy who came forward and made all these allegations, and it was huge. It was all over the papers, and then it turned out they'd been making the whole thing up.
My God!
He just lying his head off, and I think after that, the police now are like very wary of sort of bringing an allegation like that.
Yeah,
if it's based on just some crazy guy. He actually went to prison for perverting the course of justice. So.
Okay, because there's a lot of people on the internet who seem to think that because you've got a name for yourself, that if you get accused of rape, then they're more likely to charge you. But you've just what you've said makes a lot more sense. They're more likely to think about it more.
Yeah,
they actually give it more consideration. So you could kind of say that if you get charged with rape as a known person, it's kind of more likely that they've got some evidence on you.
I wouldn't like to go down that road, but I mean, you can see that, I can't remember when that Channel 4 documentary about Russell Brand was, but it was probably at least a year ago, wasn't it? So it's taken them a long time to decide to prosecute him.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether he's innocent or not, but a jury will decide.
Yeah, I'm talking not just Russell Brand. I'm talking Andrew Tate as well. All these big. Yeah. When he comes for his trial, you're gonna follow. You're gonna be there for that one.
Who? Tate?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna go on trial in Romania, isn't he?
I think Romania. I think America, even maybe.
Yeah.
He's gonna come here eventually, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't followed the case. I know what it's all about.
Yeah.
But it's not kind of in my top 3 of cases I'm following.
If you guys enjoyed this clip from the Click It podcast, then please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my main channel and subscribe to this channel. The full episode is available on Spotify. You can get there with a link in the description. And if you don't use Spotify, you can watch it on my main channel. I will also link it in the description. Thank you for watching. Click It.